Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we vibing is right now, not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now. Right now I want to speak on just the dieting situation, the food intake, but just mostly dealing with the little key names they use and just how you should go about it yourself, you know what I'm saying, as far as with your diet and what you should eat. Because one thing I did realize lately, not only we all have a vibrational signature, you know what I'm saying, we all have our vibrational metabolism is different, you know what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I heard that terminology somebody use, but it really do it really do gives a good definition of to that situation as far as like, we all are high vibrational beings or we all are vibrational beings, trying to, raise our vibration if it's not already raised, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But we all have different vibrational metabolisms, you know what I'm saying? Like one person might need just straight organic. Some people don't need that much of, tension on their diet. Because another thing too, what you don't want to be is you don't want to be overly strong on your diet, like almost starving yourself, like sitting in, in the supermarket for I don't know how long because you're looking at all the labels and stuff like that. Because being indecisive in what you're buying and being over logical about what you're buying could also harm your spirit just as much as eating the food, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna have a little trace of amount of this or soy or a trace amount of salt or something like this, you know what I'm saying? If it's gonna bother your brain so much in the process of buying it, then you do better eating whatever it is and actually sitting there and creating that stress in the brain over what should I eat, what should I eat, what should I eat, you know what I'm saying? You creating stress. Matter of fact, like I say, so the harmful food that would cause that type of stress, you causing yourself just by trying to decide on what healthy things to eat, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of causing the same stress that unhealthy foods would cause by trying to be decisive on what healthy foods to eat, you know what I'm saying? But you want to avoid that process until I know a lot of people wonder, like, you got Dr. Sebi list, and Dr. Sebi got things that he have added or what things have been added and taken off the list, you know what I'm saying, because of it being a hybrid. Now, some hybrids, a hybrid may be something like broccoli, beets, you know what I'm saying? I think peaches is a hybrid of fruit. It's like fruits and vegetables that were kind of like you could say almost man-made because they've been gene spliced, you know what I'm saying, in order to create it. Cauliflower was another one. And these type of fruits and vegetables, they may carry some type of nutrition to them, but it also may, well, most of the time, like with hybrids, they throw off your DNA. So regardless, so say for instance, broccoli will probably give you, I think, like 11 grams of protein a serving, something like that. It has a lot of protein and certain little vitamins in it, but it's also a hybrid that that throws off your DNA because what you're trying to do, you're trying to get your DNA to turn back into light. You're trying to get the Rubik's cube of your DNA. You're trying to make it show all the colors on one side. You're trying to finish the Rubik's cube and have it completed. You know what I'm saying? Where all the colors is on the side it's supposed to be. So even though, so say for instance, you're eating that broccoli, all right, you got protein. So say for instance, now I could work out, but now my DNA is thrown off when it comes to my spiritual, ascension and things of this nature. I still got this little egotistical vibration, or there's just a little lower vibration, or something just throwing me off. I feel a little off spiritually. If that's the case, that would be, the hybrid DNA of the broccoli. Because matter of fact, it's like a, DNA manipulation counteracting or interacting with your DNA and throwing your DNA off. So, that's the situation with hybrids. So that's why the Dr. Sebi diet is so strict, on just making sure it's electrical foods and making sure it's no hybrids. That's why things that, matter of fact, where you wondering like, damn, almonds and stuff like that, like that's good for you, but almond may be a type of hybrid, you know what I'm saying, that throws off your DNA. So yeah, you're getting protein and vitamin E from it, but it's also manipulating your DNA. You know what I'm saying? The battle towards our spirituality and the battle within our food has gotten that advantage. You know what I'm saying? Where they could slap natural and organic on it, and it may not be helpful because I always bring up natural. You know, gas is natural. Does that mean you should drink it? You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, my crystals, you know, organically come from earth. You know, there's no chemicals added to my crystals. Should I eat them? You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's just little words. You know, organic is just grown without pesticides. You know, straight from Mama Earth. You know what I'm saying? So organic is a good thing. Don't get it twisted. But you know, just because the word organic is on it, don't mean that it doesn't have soy with phytoestrogen. Now, it's organic soy. So you're gonna become feminine in an organic way. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay attention, like all these little words, it could still have some type of harmful thing, and then which goes into this further into the discussion of not worrying so much about what you're eating. I mean, yeah, you want to eat healthy and make sure you're getting the right things, but go with the flow, because again, I always bring up when you're asking for the truth intuitively, you're strengthening up your intuition. Your inner source is going to guide you to, natural to the foods that's best for you in the moment. So some foods may have a little trace of soy, but ultimately it's good for you in the moment. Some foods might have might be a hybrid, but it's good for you in the moment. Like, yeah, you may have messed up your DNA structure, but your intuition is going to bring you towards other foods to help correct that little small, that's the thing. If you eat one piece of broccoli, say for example, compared to a big meal of broccoli, if you eat that one piece of broccoli, because your body like, hey, all right, we need some type of protein, and the only protein that's around you is this broccoli right now. So, just eat this one piece of broccoli, and we're going to tomorrow and day after tomorrow is gonna lead you towards some kumbasha and some ginger and all kind of things to help, detox whatever little, manipulation you have put upon your DNA. But it's just go with the flow of, your intuition on what to buy, because you could create a stressful bipolar like situation just by wondering like, oh, should I get this? Well, let me look at the ingredients list of this. I mean, all right, because I have been through that. You know what I'm saying? With some cases too, I be testing my intuition with my food buying, where I grab something, I walk towards the counter, and if something starts to feel bad on the inside, I'm like, all right, that's so it's telling me that, nah, don't do it, don't do it. So, I go and check it, like, and just be, just working with. Matter of fact, that's another way to strengthen your intuition and strengthen your insight is to test these things and see what a voice within it with some of these foods. You know what I'm saying? All right, you grab this. These beets. Beets is like a hybrid, thing. Even though it has a lot of healthy aspect to it, it'll mess with your DNA. So it's gonna give you some nutrients, but it's gonna mess with your DNA. So, if I go to grab the beets and then I get to the counter and something, nothing's turning me back. And all right, cool, we're going with the beats because you just want to go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've experienced that on my growth. If anybody seen me in the grocery store lately, it was like always just like when I'm taking like, and two, now I'm taking hours or I'm just using terminology hours, but I'm taking a long time to just buy some food, and that's time that could be used on making a YouTube video, on making jewelry, or meditating on whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, and two, because it's a playground for your ego within that, where just sitting down trying to do the logic. So let me see. All right, this one has one more gram of sugar than the other one. So I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you don't want to trap yourself. That's another way the brain entraps us and the ego entraps us. Matter of fact, and through our society, you know what I'm saying? And in America, there's so much choices that's to give your ego a playground and to push your spirit back instead of having simple choices for your spirit to just flow with and keep it simple and keep that. indecisiveness vibration. That's a stressful vibration, you know what I'm saying? To be indecisive and to be all super analytical. I don't want this, I don't know if I want that, you know what I'm saying? That's a stressful vibration within itself. So, you could cause just as much as stress from being indecisive with your food as you could with eating a food that may be considered harmful. So, that's just something to think about, because you end up wrecking your brain behind, and creating a stressful vibration, just trying to find all that, make sure, like, and that's the thing, just go with the flow. You want to eat as healthy as possible, but also while keeping a peace of mind, because it may be something that your body asking for, because it know it's gonna be some type of fuel, and then you got beings working with you too at some point where they're gonna make sure that, say for instance, if anything harmful may be in the food, or if it may be a hybrid vegetable or fruit, you know what I'm saying? You could work with your beings, spiritual alchemy. There's the placebo effect where you could take something, some cornstarch. I could give you some cornstarch and tell you it's a cure for cancer. So picture that, like, that starches create mucus and bad for the body, but with some spiritual alchemy, I could take a cornstarch pill and tell you, hey man, this will eliminate your cancer today, and the next second it's gonna be gone, and you take it, and you like, oh, I feel it now, and then you go to the doctor, and they're like, oh, your cancer is gone. You know what I'm saying? This is real. You know what I'm saying? This is a reality. Like, if we do have that ability, and matter of fact, you see so much how much you see so much of how we don't even really need food to begin with. In essence, as far as like, as we're growing into, more of being our higher vibrational self, getting our crystalline bodies, we so self-healing, and we got so much of our own inner powers where mostly all this outside stuff is unneeded, really and truthfully. That's why I started going towards, just like mostly just drinking water and just being on liquids, because I was just like trying to get closer to that point of where I could just feed myself nutrients through my chi energy and through meditation, being a breatharian, letting that prana come in and building up in the medulla, and letting the medulla, disperse all them nutrients from that pranic energy, but until you get to that point of, doing it on that level, eat you some food. Don't starve yourself, and don't be in the supermarkets overthinking, half killing yourself just because, you know, this one thing, these almonds, man, these almonds wasn't on Dr. Sebi list, man. He took these almonds. So damn, man, I gotta, man, you could buy that little bag of almonds, man. Go and meditate that off. Matter of fact, that's practice for your spiritual alchemy. Because, like I always tell people, when I do drink coffee or do these things, like, I talk to my spirit guides and my inner self, and I'll be like, this is like alkaline water, and all the harmful chemical, any harmful elements or, chemicals, and I say chemicals, but any harmful elements within this, food or drink is eliminated. I have transmuted it into something that is positive for my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, use your alchemy, practice your alchemy and your magic abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, with stuff like this. That's the thing too. Like, we learn and be a scientist with this. You know what I'm saying? So and so said right's not good for you, but you don't really know what's good for you. Like I say, we got different spiritual metabolisms. You may be connected to a spirit that allows you to eat carbohydrates because it takes away the harmfulness of the, say for instance, when you eat carbohydrates, it ends up turning to harmful sugars. And sugars basically just mess up our nervous system, all kind of things in our body. Matter of fact, overworks our pancreas. Matter of fact, that's what diabetes is. It's just overworking your pancreas till your pancreas like, I quit. You know what I'm saying? And the sugar, mess with you. But the carbohydrates. So say for instance, though, you dealing with a being that, you eat the carbohydrates and it's taking all the harmfulness. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, is a mutual situation, where this being trying to experience, some of that physical, again, trying to experience. That's like with your altars and all this, leaving out food, and leaving out oranges for Oshun, or a little rum for Legba and Legua and all the, all the different laws and laws and Orishas, but just all the entities in general, you know what I'm saying? But you could work with your spirit guides, high self beings, you know what I'm saying, with eliminating what little toxins may be in some of the, in some foods where it's a healthy food, but for the most part still may have some type of little additives to it. For the most part though, I just say really just want to stay from super manufactured foods. So if you're moving in the direction of, healthiness, any move in the direction of healthiness is a good move, you know what I'm saying? Don't stress yourself over, oh well, man, this is, you know, it has a little bit of soy and this and that. Now, granted though, be careful with, your intake of some of these things, but go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Because if your intuition ain't like, red flag, don't eat this, you know what I'm saying? If your intuition is not going off the meter as far as like when you grab an item or you looking at an item, if your intuition ain't throwing your way off and saying, man, put that back down, and you don't have to be you know scared of it at all. In essence, you shouldn't be fearing anything, but you shouldn't have to be worried at all, because that's another thing. Like I said, when you're moving into the intuition, you know your soul is gravitating you towards certain foods. So like, say for instance with me, if I'm gravitating towards coffee, I'm gonna drink it. Because another thing too, I realized with the spiritual metabolism, like we all have a different spiritual or vibrational metabolism. Because I work with an altar, and man, when I drink my coffee, man, it keeps me up. It keeps me in study mode. It keeps me working with my. Honestly, I've been in more magical, more spiritual places dealing with coffee than being without. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal experience. Like when I you know, consort with Papa Legba, and I'm drinking a little coffee, smoking a little herb, and I'm studying different things, and I stop and doing visualizations, you know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing, because the coffee itself, whatever may be harmful, is not stopping me from doing my spiritual work because I've gotten that heightened in my vibration. So I don't, matter of fact, 'cause it's a mental thing. If you sitting there like, oh man, this coffee going, oh man, you know, it's all off of your perception, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the little kids, like us as little kids, where we was able to eat dirt and all these things and keep it moving, and it kept our immune system strong, you know what I'm saying? So don't be scared of foods on that level. Like, you know, eat things that may not be all super healthy, you know what I'm saying? If your heart ain't tripping on it, you know what I'm saying? Because in most cases, it could be just a peace of mind, and it's bringing you towards, what's right for you now, what's right for your spirit. Because is always the insight of your spirit is always seeing a bigger, way bigger picture, you know what I'm saying, than your actual humanity or your ego, from the perspective of your humanity or your ego. It's looking hindsight, short sighted, you know what I'm saying? But the bigger picture is like, all right, well, say for instance, if I've been eating, or matter of fact, if I've been trying not to eat, if I've been like on a little fast or whatever, and I've been trying to diet certain foods, but now my muscles, and it's the thing, well, even if I'm trying chi exercise, so I'm trying chi exercise and I'm visualizing the energy going into my body, but it's still not, no, not enough. Like it's something telling me, hey, Corey, even though there's some carbohydrates, this granola mix or this granola bar will really give you that protein for your muscles that you're looking for, and whatever else is harmful, we'll take care of that. Or you take, as a bus of love, I'm one with my spirit guys, but like we'll take care of that. Whatever little harmfulness will come from that, you good. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the advantage of, getting your intuition heightened, working with your spirit guides, so you can kind of know, like, all right, I ain't got to trip out behind the little extra sodium that's in this food. And like I said, these things do is so many ways, it's not just no black and white to this situation, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different things to it. And like I say, but it all depends on your spiritual or vibrational metabolism. We all different, even down to your zodiac signs, like what certain zodiac signs have certain little foods and things they gravitate towards more, because I know Capricorns deal with grains and, you know, more of a carbohydrate type of diet, And again, though, am I claiming that all these things are good? No, I'm speaking on no was, it goes with the flow of what feels good to you, what feels, righteous with your heart, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being all super like extreme on your diet and half killing yourself. That's like with Bobby Hemmett, where Bobby Hemmett brung up like how he cured one of his little ailments with an orange soda, like he, did some alchemy work and the orange soda, got rid of whatever he was dealing with. So don't forget that you are extremely powerful magic and you are extremely powerful alchemy and you could use it, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it's one of my affirmations that I am extremely powerful magic. I'm extremely powerful alchemy. So, you can, do some alchemy with some of the foods you're eating and stuff too also, but it's 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 all up to you, you know what I'm saying? We different. You start to realize that because I start to see like the difference in like certain people where I know they not worrying about their diet on that level, you know what I'm saying? But they still getting the results. Like, like I know, for instance, like Abraham that channels or certain people, you know what I'm saying? Or Bob Behemoth when he was, doing his work, like you could tell these certain people wasn't tight on their diet or certain people not tight on their diet like that, but still get a lot of spiritual work done, still be feeling vibrations from, from other dimensions and stuff, and but not eating completely vegan, you know what I'm saying? So it is still at different strokes for different folks. We all have different vibrational metabolism. So, you know, what was good for one person may not be good for the next person. Just the same thing with the herb intake. Some of us get spiritual experiences dealing with herbs. Some of us go to a lower vibration dealing with a herb. Some of us don't want to deal with herb at all. Don't want to smell, touch, or taste it. Some of us just eat the herb and do edibles and tea. Whatever works for you. Even though we all are one organism, we all are part of source. We all do have different vibrational signatures, different vibrational metabolism. So, just keep that in mind. But don't be all scared. Don't be all scurry in the supermarket like wondering like, oh man, I wonder is, yes, you want to eat the healthiest stuff, but when it comes down to it with that super, like, where you looking at two different organic things, wondering which one is the best, like, it don't. Which, of course, you want to look for the best, but go with the best. Don't turn it into a super decision making where it's taking you 10 minutes to decide over which organic food to go with. 'Cause like I say, now you're creating stress in the brain over this indecisiveness where this stress of indecisiveness could be worse than the harmful food you could eat, you know what I'm saying? So by being indecisive in your decision making, you could create more stress than a harmful food would create, you know what I'm saying? So, you just want to kind of go with the flow, go with your intuition. If it helps, meditate before you go to the supermarket and be like, so let's look, intuition, but guide me down these aisles, make sure I'm picking up the right items, whatever the case may be. So you don't be in there with all that indecisiveness and over worrying about, well, will this be harmful, will this harm me? You could just kind of go with the flow. But again, to go over some of the key things, so you got the organic and the natural, natural. That's the keywords they try to use. As a matter of fact, pay attention to prices too, because in most cases, the more expensive, the better the situation gonna be. So if you see something that say natural, organic, but it's the price of a Whopper from Burger King, I don't know, man. I don't know. The government, they trying to pull back a little bit and be a little nice on it, but they ain't gonna be that nice. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna just start making the organic and all the good stuff cheap, which, hey, I would like for it to manifest, but just looking at the way they've been doing and still doing, it's not gonna pop up like that. So, you know, and I say unfortunately because we think of like expensive, all this and that, but I tell people quick, you know what I'm saying, like them expensive fruits, vegetables, and foods is better than the expensive doctor bill. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather buy some blueberries that was $2 more than the unhealthy food I was eating in order for me not to always be going to the doctor and getting a doctor bill that costs more than a big list of groceries. You know what I'm saying? So just stay within it in that essence. You know what I'm saying? Is a basically it's just easy to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And just let the let the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Guide you to the righteous foods. But natural gas is natural. Should you drink gas because it's natural? Nope. You know what I'm saying? My crystals is organic, and which, hey, yeah, you can make some elixirs with crystals, and you might even be able to crush some of them up and make some type of supplement. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure of it, getting deep into some real alchemy. But, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, just because some say it's organic, like, matter of fact, how I brought up, like a bowel movement could be organic in essence, you know what I'm saying? Because if you was eating on just organics, of course, and I'm just speaking super hypothetical because your body could probably add harmful chemicals to that. But what I'm saying is, things that say, for instance, organic is just not adding pesticides, natural, you know what I'm saying? But something organic could still have something harmful because organic foods could have soy in it, and soy has phytoestrogen that basically hinders a man's testosterone and make him more feminine. So even though something could be organic, it could still be something that's harmful to you some type of way, and that's back to the extensive game that the government playing with the food and all this Monsanto, patenting a seed. How you patent a seed and then try to stop everybody else from making seeds? That's y'all wake up, man. We gotta, and matter of fact, the more we wake up, the more it'll just be easy to just go right on the shelf and grab what we want. Cause, you know, cause what's funny, we do have this is a free will universe. We only The only reason why some people are in power and got the situation that way is that because we giving them that power, you know what I'm saying? With being with choosing to be uneducated, by choosing to be ignorant about food and just go with the flow of things or whatever they throw in my face, I take it, you giving them that power, but you could easily take that power back by paying attention and we all get more involved about, our foods and fruits and vegetables and what we intake and then how we growing it, you know what I'm saying, in the future. So, you know, the free will universe, man. We have the free will, so much free will. Like I said, so much free will. Most don't even know what to do with it. Some people just like, oh, I got so much free will, I might as well lock myself in a cage, and just stay there, enslave myself, you know, with my free will. Nobody have to force me to do it. But anyway, but don't wreck yourself over the food situation. Like I said, you got the Sebi, Dr. Sebi list with the electric foods, and it's basically like nine hybrid, highly alkaline, highly alkalizing or alkaline fruits and vegetables, herbs, spices, different things of that nature. But don't also though, if you're not at that level yet, take your time growing into that. You know what I'm saying? Don't starve yourself trying to, just to get healthy, you know what I'm saying? Because you could get spiritual and grow spiritually, you know, just being as healthy as possible. So that means you may not just jump right into the diet that so and so like you watching on YouTube that's drinking all the sea moss and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? It might take you a while to get to that level. So, just take your time and grow into it, you know what I'm saying? Because the foods do, have an effect on us, but just don't forget too that you also have that magical power and that alchemy power, you know what I'm saying, to change your perception. So like one things to do too is also tell yourself like I choose to eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it so much as like, oh, if I don't eat healthy, because your perception goes, you manifest things according to your perception. You know what I'm saying? So if you put that lockdown on yourself, like, well, oh no, I only could get healthy if I eat extremely healthy foods, then bam, that is your reality. You just lock yourself in that universe. Bam. Now your perception, now everything you intake, gonna have to be tip top shelf or otherwise it's gonna be super harmful to you. And remember, like I brought up a little bit earlier with the kids, like with me, like where I eat healthy, then give me a little carbohydrate here, a little carb, you know what I'm saying? A little carb, As a matter of fact, healthy rice, those like some brown rice or something. But give me a little something like that, cause to keep my body. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, cause what has happened to me before is why I've gotten so healthy and so away from everything that one little small bite, and it could be something healthy in essence, but maybe a hybrid fruit, or maybe like something that may be not even, I ain't gonna say borderline acidic, but it's just not super super healthy. But when I eat it, it still creates mucus, and it's still harmful in essence because I've raised the bar so high, you know what I'm saying, without kind of staying immune to everything around me. Because the thing, if I raise it, to where I'm just that sensitive, then I barely be able to smell some different food without it affecting me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that fragile and that I can't touch that, I can't eat that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, well, that's up to you though. However, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm speaking for myself. I don't want to. I want to be like the little kid that could eat some dirt, keep it moving, and still be a little kid. Because, in essence, soulfully, that's what we here being. We living in the matrix, you know what I'm saying? And to understand that, some things you don't want to take so seriously and be so, so heavy on yourself about, because your heart got to weigh light as a feather for you to leave anyway. So you don't want to be too stressed out on certain other things anyway. But that's it. I just want to, run that past that everything natural and organic may not be good for you. You do have a lot of good healthy fruits and vegetables, but they may be hybrids, and hybrids mess with your DNA, throw your DNA structure off, and make it harder for you to turn back into that light that we're trying to return into. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that, and just not stressing yourself over the food intake. As far as like how healthy the foods, and I say how healthy, but stressing over the specifics of your food to the point where you just super indecisive or just overthinking it too much, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of go with the flow intuitively. If you grab something off the shelf and the source within is not screaming in your ear, man, put that back, or like your heart just drop. Like sometimes what happened for me, my heart would just kind of feel like somebody just passed away or something, and that's just like, oof, like damn, all right, source. But I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? You feel it, feel for the energy with, asking questions, like, is this good for me? Go walk towards the checkout line. If your heart drop and you feeling or whatever, however source talk to you, if you feeling that voice, then you might want to go put it back. But just watch yourself as far as like with hybrids though, you know what I'm saying? Because hybrids and some organics is like the biggest deception. In matter of fact, because right now they know that everybody's getting smart enough to get at least start getting healthy. So what they doing is using these little keywords and all this where you have something natural and all this, but you still have food coloring in. And that's another thing before I leave on that note, like food coloring and things that is the evilest of the evil dealing with your food. Like food coloring and all this sulfur dioxide type of stuff, like aspartame or whatever that bacteria that they there's a bacteria that they make shit itself. So basically they make the bacteria shit and then they put the bacteria shit in your foods, in your sodas, you know what I'm saying? I think it's aspartame. I have to look it up again, but they manufacture harmful things, you know what I'm saying, to put on you. So just make sure for sure at least you're staying away from super manufactured foods again, you know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing where no matter how much spiritual alchemy, you're doing or whatever, you walk into that situation, you need to, matter of fact, you need to have your spiritual alchemy, up there, but then in most cases, just know you just need to stay away. For the most part, just stay away from food coloring and all these manufactured chemicals. Just don't. If it seemed like Source didn't create it, like if Source didn't say poof, you know what I'm saying? Cane sugar, poof, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing, like, you got organic sugar, you got organic forms of sodium, you know what I'm saying? Like But this food coloring and all that, man, that matter of fact, I always bring up food coloring. They was they was dealing with food coloring in the Holocaust, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the things they was practicing and using unfortunately, but like with all the experiments on people and stuff like that, they were experimenting with these food colorings, with these harmful chemicals, with these messing with the hertz for the music, turning the hertz into 440 hertz to throw off our vibration. They were doing this way back then, because they got a hold to the laws of the universe, and they knew and understood that, and they knew to throw off the balance and the to throw off that balance in the universe, and that balance, in this realm, you know what I'm saying, on the earthly plane, was to, make everything unnatural, to take, to not only kill off, which they wasn't killing, the indigenous people right off, they was faking. See how I go into it. They was faking. I'm about to get out, but they was faking with the Ashkenazi Jews were killing them. But but the main objective was to eliminate melanated people. Matter of fact, create this Aryan race, this and that. But for the point blank period, all I was saying is during the Holocaust was when they was experimenting with these type of things like food coloring and brain waves and all these harmful vaccines and stuff like this. This what they was practicing on to use, in present day. They was practicing way back when. So I let you know who you're dealing with too, how far along they be practicing to do things to you today. So you know what I'm saying. But we not gonna give that. We don't focus on that. We focus on that positivity and love. But that's how you eliminate lower vibrations, is by raising your own vibration. And lower vibrations cannot even survive within your presence. So, but peace. Happy now, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now.